If it's an algebraic expression, that means it's going to have some variables in there. It'll have some numbers in there. Add, subtract, multiply, and divide positive, negative numbers. And they always have to tell you what the variables are. So maybe say negative absolute value of x plus parentheses negative y plus a 3x. All right. And if they tell you that they want you to evaluate this algebraic expression, they have to tell you what the variables are. So when x equals -4 and y equals -6. All right, so this is your beginning algebra, early algebra 1 things. Okay, you are evaluating an algebraic expression. So every time you see an x, you're going to plug in a -4. Every time you see a y, you're going to plug in a -6. And then we just definitely want to make sure that the negatives that are floating around there in front, that we don't drop them or anything like that. If you need to, so to help you see it, there is a -1 being multiplied by that absolute value. Some people like to put them in there, then they know they're not going to drop it. Same thing here, this y is a variable. -1 is the coefficient, -1 times y. That helps some people remember, okay? So let's do a -1. I'm going to actually put the ones in so you can see them. Absolute value, I'm going to replace the x with a -4. I'm going to go ahead and put a plus sign there. This inside this brackets right here is going to be a -1 times a y. So -1, I'm going to change it to a dot because that means multiplication as well. And my y is a -6. All right, and if it would make you happy, you can put a set of parentheses around all of it. Okay, because I'm doing, that's the math that's going inside. You don't have to have them. Plus 3 times whatever x is. So I'm going to do my 3. I'm going to choose a dot. I'm going to replace it with a -4. All right, whether or not you use dots here, I definitely wouldn't use parentheses here. If you're going to put parentheses around the whole thing, you could put parentheses there. It's a matter of choice. All right, again, on the absolute value of the -4 is a +4. It's being multiplied by the -1 that's sitting in front. I'm just going to go one thing at a time all the way across here. If I'm multiplying like signs, the answer is positive. That's going to give me a 6. If I'm multiplying unlike signs, the answer is going to give me a negative. Go ahead and multiply this. That means I really have a -4 sitting there. Then I have a 6. Then I have a -12. I'm going to do these from left to right across the page. Or I choose to, because addition just left to right. So that's going to be a 2 plus a -12. It's going to give me a -10. When you do these types of problems in my math lab, you really should like be showing your work, that sort of thing. Obviously, you're not turning any of that in. But if you get it wrong, you can try them as you have seen multiple times until you get it right. If you do the question help, you might be able to find in your work where you made your mistake. Okay. On our written exams and on the final exams, your work must look like this. Okay. So you do have to show this on the written exam. So if you practice it on your homework, then it'll be standard there when you do it on the written exams and final exams. All right. Let's do another example in this little corner right here. All right. Any of these algebraic expressions can also have lots of absolute value bars in it, maybe not just one. So I could do absolute value, a minus parentheses and -b. When I handwrite them, sometimes I don't make one higher than the other. That's clearly a minus sign. This is clearly a negative sign. Usually when it's typed, this one will be higher. All right, this one will be lower in the problem. Okay, again, absolute value bars around the whole entire thing. When a equals -6, b equals 10. Okay, so again, if we're showing all of our work, you're just going to do on that first step, you're going to replace a and b with what they are. So we're keeping the absolute value bars because we're not taking any absolute value yet. I'm going to replace a with a -6. That minus sign right there is going to come down. If you don't want to drop the negative there, you're going to remember that there's really a -1 being multiplied by whatever b is. Okay, so -1 is being multiplied by my b, which is 10. You can go ahead and keep those parentheses around it if you want. Definitely multiplying in here first. Keep those absolute value bars. -6 minus a -10. So I am subtracting a negative right here. Okay, this is where I do the plus thing. It's minus a negative, so I do plus. I make two little quick marks on there, plus. Again, you may do it any way you want. Absolute value of 4. Final answer 4. Okay, so hopefully this is an okay thing. We've done this a lot, even if it's been a while. Hopefully it's not too bad. You can plug this stuff back in, it kind of comes. Now, can you have nested parentheses and nested absolute value bars? Sure. All right. And again, these are algebraic expressions, just in kind of like in the form of just basic polynomial there. No quotients in these. Okay. Let's look at some nested absolute value bars. All right. And or nested parentheses. Nested absolute value bars. Or nested parentheses. Nested just means one, a set and then another set on the inside, another set on the inside, another set on the inside. All right, they can get kind of silly with them. Let's say we've got some absolute value bars. I'm going to try to make mine a little bit different size here. And then let's say inside here, I've maybe got absolute value of a -4. I'm going to go back to just all numbers in here because I just want the concept of the nesting going on in here. Plus maybe say 2 absolute value of a 3. Let's do that. So I tried to make these two a little bit higher and larger, and then clearly something in here. So the idea of nested, I've got absolute value bars inside a set of absolute value bars. This one is by itself, single number. I can take the absolute value there. The outside bars are going to stay. This becomes always positive. So 4. When you take the absolute value bars, the dark bars, when you take the absolute value, the bars drop. So I took it, made it positive here. This one you can probably do in your head. Absolute value of 3 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. Add on the inside, absolute value of 10. 10. Okay, so that nested idea of nested absolute value bars. We could also do nested parentheses. If I can come up with some of those. Maybe say a 4 minus a 6 quantity squared minus 3 parentheses 5 minus 8. And then square the whole quantity. I could have used, like I did, I chose to use curvy brackets right there. You might even see a set of square brackets, means the same thing. All right, so let's kind of do that in yellow highlighter just to show. All right, if sometimes textbooks will intentionally make this set square and then this set curvy so that you can clearly tell the difference. These two would go together. These two would go together. Obviously, the absolute value bars goes together. All right, so it doesn't matter whether they are curvy or square, either one, they're all the same. All right, I'm going to work inside here. I think I'll switch and do the square brackets all the way down. Right here is going to be a -2. The only thing I'm doing is inside that set of brackets and squaring. I'm going to keep going here. This is absolute value. Let's show some more work. Some of you, hopefully everybody in the room can just look at that and tell me it's -3. Okay, but if you needed to see steps, that's the same thing as a 5 plus a -8. If you needed to see that step. All right, so there's the -3. Throwing in that extra step just for anybody that might need it. -2 squared, -2 times -2 is going to give me a +4. Keep the 3. -3 inside here. I don't want to do too much. Let's keep the bars around it. I got a little sloppy the way I wrote that. Okay, now at this point, some people will take a look because that minus sign just kind of glares at you, and then they try to subtract and they put a 1 in here. All right, however, this right here That's really 3 times the absolute value of the -3. Multiplication has to be done before add and subtract. Okay, so the correct way to do it would be to keep the 4 and the minus sign there. Absolute value of a -3 is a +3. 3 times 3, square brackets and squared stays there the whole time. Again, showing every line of work, which is what I'm doing right now. 3 times 3 is 9. Again, subtraction, 4 minus 9 is going to give me a -5 inside there. And it's okay that I have the square brackets, and I want square brackets all the way down. That's fine. When I square -5, I get a wipeout. Okay, do I necessarily expect you to show that many lines? No. All right, but I'm doing it for anybody that needs it. Okay, just in case people need it.